Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is LolaAjisafe here. I wanted to jump in on the conversation by Eboni K. Williams. Who is Eboni K. Williams? A young lady. She's an attorney. And I say young, she's in her 40s, early 40s. An attorney, lives in New York, was on one or two seasons, maybe one season of Real Housewives of New York. Is on I want to say it's almost like a network. She's on a network called The Griot. She has come up in the news for other things before this particular issue. I think it was about the bus driver comment. She'd been talking with Iyanla Vanzant. I think Iyanla asked her, would you date a bus driver? She said, yeah, if you own the bus. Okay, y'all went ham, just had something to say. As of yesterday or the day before, she had another talk where it was like maybe 2 minutes, where she talked about, about young women, her thoughts on the issue. And I think there seems to be, it's going viral. And my 2 cents is, and I want to say there are 2 schools of thought here. So what are we talking about? What did she say? So Eboni had said that, you know what, she has realized that when you look at men and when you look at women, as men age, their market value continues to increase. They can still date, they can still have children. As women age, the market value tends to decrease. This is all putting it loosely because they're not considered that, important anymore for various reasons. One, they've got dwindling fertility, they can't have as many children, and even though they may have money, they may still look good, their value is still depreciating. There is some truth to that. There's some misguided, and I say that loosely, some men who even though they're older will now start looking for younger women. That we know, that happens. What she had said was that her suggestion was, if you were a woman who wanted to prioritize family, you knew that you wanted to be married, you knew you wanted to have children, while you're in college, have that on your mind. In addition to pursuing your degree, be very clear that you're on the lookout for a suitable partner. Facts. Like, if y'all want to pretend like you never heard that before, then you're lying. If nobody told you that before, I'm sorry. Because our mother's mother used to say that. It's not a lie. People will tell you, like, the easiest, not even the easiest, the best place where you have a concentrated, group of people who share the same values that you have would be in college. So if y'all want to act all rah, like, how dare she? Like, I know I'm going to marry when I'm 20. Gee, that's on you. Because when you leave college, the pool gets smaller. No, but she did not say that. She did not send anybody that you need to go get married when you're 20. She said, be focused to get an eligible partner while you're in college. She didn't say you have to, say it if you want to. She didn't say all of you want that. If it's something that you want, this is what you should do. For some reason, anytime, and I'm generalizing, but when someone comes up with something that requires some accountability, there seems to be a lot of barking and some empty noise and some clanging and banging, because what she said was all facts. There was no lie in anything she said. She used herself as an example. Like, how much more clearer could she be? And how this is making noise and is going through is beyond me. And this is where I'm like saying, so women, if it's women making noise, y'all want to lie to yourselves and say that this is not facts? Yes, there's such thing as, you can harvest your eggs, but is that what you want to do? If you could do it, without doing that, wouldn't that be easier? As opposed to going through all the avenues now. You're now in your 30s and just doing bash. Like, what she said was, like, my mind is blown. Like, how y'all making this into a thing. It was like a 2-minute segment. She didn't come for any woman, because sometimes they may say that, yeah, people come for a black woman. This was not her coming for a black woman. This was her as I wouldn't call her like big sister, maybe talking to younger ladies. Yo, if you're all in college now, if you're heading to college now, this is the time. Keep your eyes open, keep your eyes peeled, because sometimes in school you think that things are going to remain the same way they were. Then you leave and then you realize, like, any woman in her 30s and 40s that has a problem with what that lady said, you're deceiving yourself. Honestly, you're deceiving yourself and you're lying. There should not be the noise. Nah. Anybody in their 30s and 40s that has anybody in their 30s and up that had some issue with what that woman said, you're deceiving yourself. Everything she said was facts. I know some people are saying that's what Kevin Samuel's talking points and da. Nobody talking about Kevin Samuel right now. As a woman, she's telling you her experience. She's probably had time to sit with it. Some people she's saying she's doing it for, to create conversation. Whether she is or she isn't, what she said was not a lie. And what we've said many times, those of us that are familiar with KS, we've said that KS, he 75% of what he said was facts. His delivery and his need to degrade people in order to entertain a network was the issue. What we had issue with, not with the truth he did say. A clock can be correct. A broken clock can be correct twice a day. So KS had lots of things to say that made sense, but that doesn't mean he's the only one that can make sense. On this issue, she made sense. I don't think she's not bowing down and saying, there's nobody out there. She's saying that this is a priority for you. Be cognizant of that while you're in school. She didn't say don't go and study. She didn't say that should be the only job you should do, that you follow man up and down. She didn't say that. She said be cognizant of that. I think there's some things that are implied. Like y'all can't be that slow where you're thinking that she's telling you to jump off a cliff and follow man and not do school, or you should just just go with the waves. No, she didn't. She, as a big sister, she's saying, look at me, I'm 40, I'm single, I don't have children. This is not what I wanted for myself. By all accounts, she's successful, but she doesn't have what she really wants right now. And so she's saying if she could do it again, she might have thought about it differently. Please explain to me what was wrong with what that lady said. Y'all doing too much. That's all. That's all I have to say. Doing too much. And this is where I say that in our need to veer away from the oppression that occurred with women in the 20s and the 30s or whenever that happened, and us now swinging the needle all the way to the left, we've done too much. Because if now we can't hear common sense and take what we need from it and leave the rest alone, now we have to criticize and say it's not for me, it's not for me, she's coming for Rob. This is utter complete nonsense that has been parlayed around this 2 minutes blurb that she had. Whether it was her, maybe, and whether she truthfully knew that y'all would react like that or not, I don't know. But what she said, holler at me in the comments. Tell me, like, what is offensive about what she said? What is a lie about what she said? Y'all know it's true. Y'all can't get pregnant forever. But an old man can impregnate a lady and he can be old. I think what we need to do as women is be truthful with each other. We're not being truthful. We're lying to ourselves if you want to be offended by this. This is not something to be offended by. This is something to be cognizant of. And if you missed the marker, then okay, you missed it. That doesn't mean, and she's not saying that doesn't mean you'll get, and she said that too in that statement. She said, I'm not saying that you won't get someone, but I'm saying this might just be the prime time. That's all. Now, how this has become a thing is beyond me. And I don't know what there is to disagree in that 2 minute blurb. If you'll watch the whole 2 minutes, is beyond me. Yes, women, the older they get, they're looking nicer. That's true. But there's still some discrimination against an older woman. Even if she does have her eggs, is she going to try and carry a pregnancy in her 50s and 60s, even though she did save her? Do you want to do that to yourself? Pregnancy on the body itself is quite a load, which is why, a gestational pregnancy for a woman at 35 is considered geriatric pregnancy, because it's quite a feat on the body. The body does amazing things to hold that child and bring it forth. What part is the lie? You're in college with a whole group of set of people with similar ideals and values. That's the most time they're going to be concentrated. Once you leave there, it's going to be thinned out. What's the lie there? Dwindling fertility. Facts. We come here with a limited number of eggs. By the time we get to our 40s, they dwindle down to pretty much nothing. That's the way it's been created. That's the way it's done. At this age, at this big age, I won't be waking up and I'm petting Junior like, oh, don't cry. Nah, I did that. So what is the lie in what she said, and what are people being offended by? What are they being triggered by? What are y'all being triggered by? Is it that you didn't do it on time, or because you're taking offense to something that's just meant to be like, oh, you either take it or you leave it. You don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. If it applies, think about it. If it doesn't apply, then keep it moving. If you know you don't want to have children, why are you taking offense to it? Y'all doing too much right now. Y'all need to find something to do, because this is not it. All right, Lola, over and out.